Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to YAHUSHA Face. Thank you for the new subscriber. I appreciate it. And also welcome the new subscriber. You all can always subscribe and hit the like button and then share something new. And today we're gonna read a new verse. Today is gonna be 1 Peter 2. 1 Peter 2. I don't know, Peter is a disciple of Christ, and he was one that was the first one that's talk in tongue, that's where aware of. And then he talk about 1 Peter 1 2. So basically we're gonna read the verse really worry about is the verse 21st, but we're gonna start the verse 18 to understand the whole concept, so we can be more having another idea what's going on. And then we're gonna go dive into it. Slave, in wherever, submit yourself to your master, not only those who are good, but also to those who are harsh. The word of God is so harsh sometimes, and the truth is that two-edged sword. They said, be good to your master. And that's the first side. The second side is that even though they are bad to you, and he says, submit yourself. Another way, don't get attitude, don't get forced, and don't fight. For me, I have an issue with that if somebody treated me not well, I was a my boss, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say why don't you treat me not well, and then I'm gonna leave. But here's the spot he didn't say. The Bible don't put it in a word. He didn't say fight with your master. He didn't say curse your master. He didn't say speak evil things on your master. And then he didn't say have an attitude of your master. He didn't say don't downgrade or play your master. But he said good and considerate. You telling me that even though the master treated me wrong, I'm suffering, I should be good to them? That's the point of reality of God. That means you surrender yourself completely to God. That means you deny your flesh, which is anger, which is right. But here's the beauty of the part of God. You gotta go to God and ask them and tell them whatever you feel, and God gonna be able to revenge for you. Sometimes vengeance is uh, is is God will, perfect will, and a perfect control. He doesn't want you sometime to be part of the vengeance. He wants you to pray about it, and God gonna plot the vengeance. Most people plot the vengeance, and the next thing you know, ask God to come to it. But God want to plot the vengeance, and the next thing you know, you'll be part of it if you want to. For it is commendable if someone bears up under the pain and unjust suffering because they are conscious of God. This is the part that I was saying that is able for you to endure. Endure pain has been like you recognize the pain, you crying, you suffering, you shout to God, but every day God give you strength to go through the same pain process over and over again. This is the thing of the Christianity that you go through pain and then God heal you. But it's a part of Christian that you go through pain over and over again every day, and then you don't know when you're gonna find a relief. You don't know when God gonna come to rescue you. And then all God said, cautious of him. This is the hardest part, because I know we want God to go and then take the sword and then go to the battle for us right away and then win victory. But sometimes God wants to suffer for us, and before He does that, how many years He wants you to suffer? How many months? How many days? How many hours? How many minutes? Are you still gonna glorify Him or curse Him? I want to speak to Job. I went to chapter Job. Job went through that. And at one time was starting to curse, and God said, hey, slow down. I'm the one who put you through it. And I'm the one gonna be delivered also from it. But how it is your credit if you receive beating of doing wrong and endure it? But if you suffer for doing good and you endure it, this is commendable before God. That verse is the part that a lot of Christians gonna be fall for it, because we all one of grace, God and Old Testament is eye for eye, teeth for tooth. This is the Old Testament. The New Testament is like under the pain. I'm the one gonna suffering. I'm the one gonna fight for you. But here's the thing. Israel, and I'm just saying that every day he fight. But there's the thing. Israel endure it because of the wrongful of the other nation that's want to conquer the land that's God promised to them. You understand? So basically, God didn't tell you to not fight what is right, or to not fight for is not yours, to not fight for his kingdom, for his glory. But God said take a stand for what is good. He said if you're suffering for doing good, endure it. Take a stand for what is good. Sometimes you need to fight for what is good. Sometimes you need to defend yourself for what is good. And endure it. Because God commanded it. He didn't say God will always deliver you. He didn't say God will always come rescue you. But he commanded you. But at the end of the day, God take note of it. If he doesn't deliver you, your family, your friend, your descendant gonna be able to enjoy it, to rejoice it, to receive that blessing from you. And in verse 21st verses that we're gonna focus on. To this you were called because Christ suffered for you, leaving you an example that you follow in his step. Another way, God leave an example of suffering. The reason God focus on suffering because it's a way for your flesh to crucify. It's a way for you to understand God. You cannot control everything around you. Even your own breathing you cannot control. And that's the verse say God will suffer for you because he understands that you cannot go through it alone. And to make sure you cannot go through it alone, before you born, God making sure you have a mother to start the journey. Some people don't have a mother because they join the hospital and they get abduction. But by the time of birth, you weren't alone. You never born alone. That's the beauty of the gospel. You never born alone. And then God said, endure the suffering. Some suffering are lighter than others. But the point of the matter is, our flesh doesn't tolerate suffering. And God is even good and faithful and beautiful to it. Even in your suffering, when your body cannot handle suffering, no wonder the suffering is higher that your body you cannot tolerate, and then is super is go over your bearing, is exceed your capacity of suffering. Guess what happened? It snatch your soul out from your body. And that's what death is. Because he doesn't want to suffer. And the suffering is too much for you, he take your breath away. But again, there's madness. When you get mad and next thing you have attitude, and next thing you know your blood pressure is high, and then you got a lot of anger issues. Don't confront those. God said be good. And God said bear. And God said doing wrong and doing good and endure it. But I'll go even further with joy. I know it's gonna be harsh. Even though you're going to suffer, God is I'm suffering, but I have to go to work, God I'm suffering, but I gotta eat, God I'm suffering, but I gotta go to school, God I'm suffering. I don't know where the next money gonna come from to pay for my rent. I'm not gonna suffering. The earth is so high, God I'm suffering. I need a way out. And God's taking notes. He's in control. And you'll be surprised and amazed in how God gonna deliver you. The time you set for you to set up to time for you to deliver it is not the time that God can set for your deliverance. And the time you come to ask for God deliver you, is already most of the time you already send one to deliver you from. But the point in matter is the devil trying to prevent it from happening. And people take delay for an answer. The delay is not is a no answer. Is that a no answer? The delay is that God is still working in your favor. But again, I'm wondering how God is so powerful and mighty and all knowing and wonderful. And then He put your suffering and delay and then all those angels to fight, and He could just go pass through them, all those barriers, and then go straight to deliverance. This is the reason why if God delivered quickly, you wouldn't know the value of what the deliverance is. The more you suffer, the more valuable you understand the deliverance, and the closer you get to God. For example, if you're sick, for example, if I have a headache, a flu, if you had a headache today, and then you take a Tylenol, 30 minutes is gone, you wouldn't understand the value of a Tylenol from your suffering. You wouldn't appreciate it as well. But if you have a headache, and the next thing you know, you take a Tylenol, work, and then it's in a few hours, you take a day, you've had a headache. Now you have a better understanding, be closer to understand that the deliverance is greater for you. That's the beauty of why God sometimes take time to deliver you, because if you deliver quick, you won't appreciate the deliverance. But if the delivery take time, you're gonna appreciate it because you endure. And this is the part that most people don't do. They cannot endure. And God cry out to you today to endure, because He's suffering. Every day of our life we're suffering, spiritually, mentally, physically, economically. It's just a matter of time. Everyone's suffering somehow, somewhere. Some people is better at hiding it than others, or faking it than others. And God tell you whatever your suffering is, He didn't tell you to fake it. He tell you to come to Him and endure. Endure is that while you crying, you singing. While you crying, you worshiping. While you crying, you tell the verse. While you crying, you praying. Endure. And then sometime when you're on a break of point, guess what the God do? He put you to sleep. And that's the beauty of God. It's the same thing for Adam. When Adam was a breaking point on the garden, because he see all the animals has their significant order, and then guess what God did? He put him to sleep. And that's the beauty of God. When you think you cannot handle no more, that's why when someone die and pass away, you cry yourself to sleep. You cry out to bed. And guess what I know? When there's no more tears falling, guess what you do? You become exhausted, you have a headache, and the next stage is you go straight up to sleep. God is perfect in so many ways. Some people don't know it. That's why whatever you endure, before you reach the breaking point, God can put you to sleep. Because He leave you an example. Come to Him, endure. Do your master do good to you or do? But the point matter is what you're gonna do about it. 99% of what's going on around you, you cannot control it. 99% of the time, you cannot control the weather, you cannot control the wind, you cannot control anything. The 1% things you can change is how you do about it. If you're gonna attack with joy, if you're gonna have bitterness, if you attack with prayer, if you attack with harshness, or how you under it gonna make the outcome significant or better for you. I know some people in the hospital they crying, God, I'm sick, I need healing. God, why you turn away from me because I cry out you and then you leave me alone. God's like, no. And he's gonna say the same thing that God said to Peter, my grace is sufficient for you. His grace make you able to endure it all. And he suffered for you on the cross. And when he's able to not take it anymore, when the Father turned his back on Jesus after his sin, your sin was covering the Son, and then he cannot endure anymore to see the separation between him and the Father. You know what he does? Back to sleep right away. How you go back to sleep? He said, Father, I put my spirit in your hands. And then he died. When your body in the breaking point, God put you to sleep. And then when your body cannot take in the pains no more to relieve you from your pain, God take your this breath. And that's what Jesus said. And the word Jesus said, I cannot bear the pain, the suffering from separate from you. I cannot endure it. Instead of me living on earth with all this sin and then in front of you, I'd rather give up my life. And then that's what Jesus said when he said, I give up my own life. No one can take my life, but I give it freely. So instead of Jesus accept the separation between him and the Father, he rather surrender his life because the suffering was too much. The pain was too much from suffering from the Father, from the love Father. That's what hell is. The suffering from the blessing, from the loving from the Father. What you gonna do about it? Are you gonna cry? There's no turning back when that separation happens. Your suffering on earth is temporary, it's seasonal, it's not permanent. It can last for 10 days, it can last for 10 years, 20 years. But eternity, there's no time frame. People don't understand there's two stages of suffering when you die. There is when you go to hell, that's the first step of suffering. This is the first death. And there's a second death. The first death, when you die, the devil gonna slash you, the devil gonna do all those things on you after you on your soul. Alright? And the devil gonna laugh at you. And the second suffering, this is where the devil and the dominion and you gonna take the fire burning of God. And that one is 10 times greater than this. And that's what just the second death. For those people suffering is just I cannot imagine. That's why God said, you rather not to be born because when his fire is burning, ooh, and nobody have any idea how bad it is, the fire of God. Even the devil haven't reached that level yet. That's why when they say God is consuming fire, is really gonna consuming you, either literally and spiritually. If you surrender yourself to him, his Holy Spirit fire gonna burn your soul and then change it from something better. But if you die and your sin, you're gonna be burning in the lake of fire. Either way, the fire gonna be on you, either burning you or polish you. Don't make the same mistake as a lot of people does. Thank you guys for watching. Pray for me, I pray for you. And give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.